welcome back to Anno 1800, where we continue our new series with a new Horizon mode. We are not yet in that new region in Asia, but we have made a lot of great progress. In the last episode, we went from here, the tourist mooring, all the way to building enough hotels to be able to build the magnificent Iron Tower and have the Queen herself inaugurated. We are also completely ready, to go to investors. If you look over here, my engineers are getting everything, right? We can click there and get our first investor. But before we do this, I actually want to spend a bit of time in the new world. For two reasons. The first one is that we don't have the electricity over here that can be given for free for the whole island of Manola. If we finish this dam, we will be able to have electricity on the whole of Manola, and that basically means you sort of almost double overnight most of your production. So that would be a huge boost of our economy. Additionally, we also haven't started in the new world, and even in the old world, the airships. And I think we should. In particular, I think I would love to be able to have, the postal service, because if we go back again to, the old world or to the Cape, all of my people in their lifestyle need, they have local, regional, and overseas mail, and this can be a lot of money and a lot of people too, right? And workforce, therefore, for very little investment, right? Just a couple of airship, a couple of very small buildings, because these, where are they? Yes, yeah. These post office or post box can be very small, but it does require, as you can see, a new resource we don't have, the aluminium. So this is why I want to focus over here today a bit on the new world, right? Try to get more artista, and most importantly, start making some aluminium and hopefully also some airship. I hope you're ready for this. It's going to be very exciting. Now, for the dam, it is not going to be that easy. You need 4,000 artista to get there. But the good thing is, in one artista house, you can actually fit quite a lot. I mean, it says 70 over here, right? We have obviously a lot of these over here. We have a lot of also lifestyle need. And we're not going to be able to get all of them because some of them requires, a lot of investors. Some of them requires elders that we haven't started in Bessa. But I do think, with this space over here, we should be able to get there, no problem. And what I'll probably do is add a few more houses all around there, right? And then start upgrading some of them. So let's me do that, and then I'll see you in a minute. Here it is, ladies and gents, a few minutes later. As you can see, we have expanded by a lot over here, our artista population. There's a lot more of those artista houses. We've added also many houses over here, over there, over here, all the way. I didn't went all the way here. We'll see later if we do need some. I know I'm in negative there. I'm going to explain now what's happening. But yeah, basically we have now more than 4,000 of artista. You unlock this one when you get to 4,000. We actually have 4,500, as you can see, providing them quite a few things, including some new things. And there are things we haven't started, especially also here in the happiness. And if you look over here, we have even started our first mail. So we're going to talk about this in a second. But before, let me show you that given that we have this 4,000, we have been able to start the first phase over here of the dam. This is 60 timber, 90 bricks. So it's not too bad. But as you can see, it's also 600 jornaleros. And this is why I'm in negative, right? Because I don't have 600 jornaleros doing nothing right now. So we're going to have to keep that in mind. But before we dive more into this, let's talk about the aluminium. Because we started indeed the aluminium. This requires bauxite and coal. Now the bauxite, you can find it over here on this island. So we started, I don't know which mine it is. This one over here, yeah. So this mine of bauxite has started. And if we look over here or, there, you will see that this is a 10-second processing time, even without pushing it, into the positive. Where is it? Bauxite. Where is my bauxite? Am I dreaming? Why can't I see it? Oh, is that a bug? I can't see it anywhere. Okay, and so the bauxite, you cannot change the working condition, it seems. But anyway, this is, 10 seconds, so one is totally fine. And then for the coal, you can either make it with charcoal in on site, or what I did is actually I went to the old world, and there was one island over here where we weren't doing anything. So we had 200 of workforce for free, and therefore I just put, there is 3 coal deposits, so I just put all 3, on. I'm also boosting it by 50%. And so with this, look at this, so producing 18 coal, which is way more than what I need for, not control, sorry, for neon night. Right now, we only need 2, but I'm planning to use that more. So that is why, anyway, right now, this is almost like free coal, right? We have a ship, it's actually a cargo ship that we're sending all the way to the new world for this. Let me just take some of this and send it to the new world. Okay. So yeah, speaking of ships and cargo ships, I did wanted to show you one thing, is that now we're quite low on influence. If you remember at the end of the last episode, I said with building this big zoo, museum, and botanical garden, we used a lot of influence. So really all on influence. And so I started to think about, how to best optimize, started to optimize my fleet. Because if you look over here, a cargo ship, right, this is 8 slots. This is only 3 of influence. If we look now at some of the older ships that we had started to build, and in particular when we had problems with the pirates, like the frigates, this is only 3 slots, but it is 4 of influence. So I need to start, replacing, I think, some of these frigates over here by cargo ships. Maybe also, we can have less, like instead of having 3 of these, maybe it's only 1 or 2 of these cargo ships, right? And then we're gonna start selling these at Archibald. It's not like I need the money. Okay, this was at 15 millions, but this is again more for getting back some influence so that I can use this influence. Now, of course, if we talk about military ships, they will cost more influence, right? Let's look at this one, for example, over here. If you look at the battle cruiser, right, it's 12 of influence. But right now we don't really need these, so we can wait a bit having for that problem. So yeah, I'm making some cargo ship, as you can see over here. And as I said, we're gonna start replacing some of these transport. So for example, I just did these 2 over here. Not these 2 here. In the new world, so we are in the new world over here. You have, the herb. This used to be a frigate. Now this is just 1 cargo ship. We say wait for the good, so that you also, you're not always going. You're just waiting here, and when you're full, you go all the way there. And then similarly for the tobacco, it used again to be. It seems there's a problem. I'll check in a second. So it seems to be that this was a frigate before, now it's one of these ships. So yeah, let's check quickly what they say is happening as a problem here for tobacco. I mean, he's been waiting, okay, because I think it's just that the production of tobacco is pretty small, right? We're talking about 3 per minute. So it takes a long time for this to be full, but it's not a problem per se. And there is even a second peer if anybody else needs to deliver something. Now, given maybe let's for now not put it, but in the future I will definitely use these ones as much as possible. Okay, and then yeah, we can then send this ship over here to be sold, and give us some influence back, Okay, then moving forward, let's talk about what am I doing with this aluminium. Well, first, this was really critical to be able to do the post office. We have post office and post box. The difference between the two is their range. Look at the post office. This is a pretty big range like this. This is the range of a post box. It's a lot smaller. Now, I didn't do right now like a perfect coverage. As you can see, there's a couple of houses over here, like those 2 houses are not covered, but most of the houses are covered. So this is a good start to produce a lot of mail. We are actually producing, let's look over here, all right? We are producing 23 mails per minute. It seems we're using 17, but there is this 9 there. I'm never sure exactly what it is. If anybody knows, do tell me in the comments below, because I've been playing Anno for many, many years and I never know what this means. But anyway, we are making a lot of mail. And as I said, I've unlocked over here in the lifestyle need for all 3, the jornaleros, also the obrera, and for my artista, I've unlocked the local mail. So this one is easy. As soon as you make it in an island, you can just give it to your people. If you're wondering, basically the production, right, is linked to how many houses you have inside your range, right? Like for example, here it says there's 2,340 residents, so the productivity is 400%. Versus if you look at a smaller one like this, right, there is a lot less people here, only 1,700, so the productivity is 300 something. And then if we look at this post box there, it should be very small, like 200, so the productivity is quite low. Also, the storage is pretty low. Like this is only 15 versus the storage for this one is 50. So sometimes you may also want to just spam a couple of these across your island just to get some storage of local mail. But yeah, over here you can see we have storage of local mail, or we have some local mail in storage, so all good there. We will want in the future to also start transporting it, but for this we're going to need an hangar, and we're also going to need helium. But you can't even start helium if you don't have this aluminium. So that is why I hadn't started it before. I do want you to note though that you can actually buy aluminium over here at Isabel Sormento. So maybe, if you have a lot of money like I do and you weren't really ready, you can buy. And to be honest, I did buy some. It's not like I've produced 400. So that is some great progress there. As I said, we're gonna need to now move into the hangar. So, I'm gonna start building those things. We're gonna need also some helium, which requires also salvage from the old world, so not so easy. But before, I also wanted to show you that with the Artista, you have a new production over here to be able to make sewing machine in the new world. You can make a sewing machine in the old world, right? This is basically using your steel and some wood, but now you can also use it in the new world using the bauxite, and we know there is a lot of bauxite available, and some coal, and we just sent a lot of coal, right? So that can be good, especially when we get electricity on this whole island. This will help us to make, with quite a few of these buildings, and in particular also using Artista workforce, which you probably have a lot of, to be honest. You can then start making this. So I think we're going to start so that we don't have to, it's simplified my logistic, right? I don't have to send this product back and forth from the old world and new world. Oh, somebody's being attacked. Okay, this is the yellow. Oh, he may win that one, actually. He has a few defenses, and there's only one monitor, and yeah, here it is. They're leaving. Okay, interesting. So anyway, I was saying one other important element I wanted to show you is we have built over here a beach. Now, a beach is a very important need for Artista. They want it as a basic need, to give you some actual Artista and money, but it is also a need for the other ones. It's a lifestyle need for your Brera and for your Jornaleros. So it's a really important building, and this is also why you may want to place all of your population close, to a coast. Now, this building over here obviously has a range, like all public buildings. You can see it in green there, where it's pretty good over here, and it's getting less and less, and here they don't have access to it at all, it seems, right? So get it, yes, it's empty. But the way to extend this range on top of obviously having paved road is pretty interesting. Basically, you're going to click on this, and you see there is some ornaments, but these are ornaments that actually do something. So let me, give you a very concrete example. Let's say this house over here in the corner. Right now, it says 25%, 27%, right? Let's place a couple of these next to the beach, right? It doesn't even need to touch it, but it should be, over here. So we're gonna place it. You can put also some sand if you want, right? It doesn't really matter, I think, which one you put, to be honest. But with this, we have extended the range. If we look again at this same house, yeah, now it is at 100%. And I don't know if these guys already have the beach too, but here it is, yeah, they have some, 36. So we're going to add, a few more to make sure, basically, that everybody on my island has access to it without building multiple beaches. You don't need to do that. You just build some of those ornaments over here. Okay. I'm not saying this is perfect or beautiful, but, this is for the gameplay. This is for the gameplay. Okay, yeah. Let's check now. I mean, both opposites. Like if you look over here, you have the beach at 100%. And if we look somewhere over here, do we have it too? We have it too. Now I do see that we don't have a great chapel there though. So we may want, because the closest chapel is over here. Yeah, that makes sense. This is a bit far. And on this side, yeah, this is also not so great here. We could potentially expand these roads in, paved roads. That will help a bit. Let's check. Yeah, still pretty bad. So I think we're gonna, destroy just a few. Like a chapel is pretty small. So let me double check. Where can I, can I put just fit that one here actually? Let's go. Yeah, that should make it perfect. And similar on this side, like maybe this house here should be fine to give it to everybody well, especially if I do this on the other side, right? Oh, no, we can't. Okay, it's not the end of the world. Again, I think it will be pretty good now. Maybe except over here. How bad is it? It's not bad. It's not bad. Okay, we may fix that later on, but for now, I think this is good enough. So yeah, everybody is getting, the beach, and that gives me more Junairo. So instead of being in negative now, we are almost in positive. We are going to start making, as I said, also over here, some swing machine. I may need another one. We are going to try to expand soon to the stage 2. I'll see you in a sec, when this is done. And as I say, I'm also going to start transforming many of the routes into using cargo ships and try to also sell some of the old ships I don't really need anymore. Ladies and gents, I was minding my own business when Princess Queen decided to wage war on me. And as you can see, she has a big military, and I haven't really built military in a long time. So we need to be a bit careful there. I do see she has a couple of ships over here. She even has, some armed airship over here. So we didn't, pay any attention to this in a while. But yeah, we're gonna need to be careful. I mean, especially I wouldn't want to lose this island there. So we're gonna send, a couple of these as soon as possible. Oh, they're full. Okay. So let's send a few of these to the Cape, protect the Cape, and then we definitely need to protect our interest over here. She has a couple of islands here that are somewhat protected. It's not too protected, but yeah, we need to definitely be careful. I guess we could also start going on the offensive, and say I'm gonna go attack that guy, for example, right? Why not? Why not? But this is basically the worst moment possible because I was starting to sell some frigate and now they do that to me. That is not kind. That is not kind. But yeah, I'm gonna show you if there is any problems. But so far it's not bad. So far it's not bad. So let's bring the fleet that is left over here together. Right, I want to make sure they're all together and easy to move. And then in this place here, she does have a small island there. Ooh, pretty well protected. Even if there is a lot of these small guns and anti-air, it's not gonna do anything to me. So actually it's not that well protected. I'm guessing our main island is super well protected. It's not bad. Okay, so let's build a few more defenses. Let's see, what do we build? We're gonna build one of the... Oh, I'm low on influence. Oopsie. So we can't build any defense either. That is not great. We can't build these ones for sure. Where are the anti-air? Ah, here. Some anti-air and some real cannons would be good for my two. I mean, at the end of the day, if I lose those two islands, it's not the end of the world, right? What we don't want to lose is definitely Cornfall and also Manola. But the other ones, I could survive. I could survive. Speaking of Manola, we have finished phase 1 over here. So let's check phase 2. What do we need? We need 150 bricks, 150 steel beams. We have that. We need 900 obreros. We definitely don't have that. So that basically means it's gonna take more than 30 minutes unless we find, some, like we pause some of the buildings. For example, I can pause, the smelters for a while because we have tons of aluminum profile. Maybe I can pause also the brick production because we have, again, quite a lot of that right now. So that will help a bit. But let me make sure I don't lose my whole thing with this war, and I'll see you in a minute. I lost my first ship over here, and I guess we're gonna lose a second one there. And they're sending, a couple of ships. I don't know if it's to escort or what, but they're sending it. Now, it seems to be toward my base there. So what I did is I actually deleted a few of the modules for the museum, the zoo, etc. So we have a lot of influence back. And so with this, I've started to make some defenses, flamethrowers, one repair crane, and we have multiple ships of the lines that are arriving. So I shouldn't be in trouble over here. What I'm thinking though too is if you look at the old world here, there's a couple of small islands that are annoying because they're close to Archie. One is close to Archie, so every time I want to go to Archie, she's attacking me. And one is close over here to my other island. I'm thinking to take these two over. We're gonna use a lot of the ship I have today. I have a lot over here of these frigates that I was going to sell anyway, right? So let's bring them all together and let's attack. It's gonna not be the most efficient attack ever, but that's okay. We're gonna go for the repair crane first. Because if the repair crane is still there, it's just gonna repair everything else. So that's where I always focus first my efforts. Okay, done. The repair crane is done. Then you go for the defenses. Actually, you should go for the stronger defenses first, the cannon there. Again, I'm pretty sure we're gonna lose one or two ships, but I'm not worried. It's also gonna give me some more influence, and hopefully that will also make her, take the peace with me, because I was fine to stay at peace. She's the one that wanted to attack me. Oh, but now she's she's not happy I'm increasing the working hours. Okay, that's not my problem. Anyway, the morale is going down. It's in the red now. Let's go for this. This is the last cannon, right? It has some cannons. Remember the trading post. So we lost 1, 2. Okay, we lost 2 to take over this island. maybe a third. No, I think we're fine. And that was a flagship, so it's fine. So we're gonna conquer the island, definitely. It takes, and again, it takes also some influence, which is why, you know, I made sure to get some influence back. Okay, we can put that here. Oh, she's sending one ship to defend, I guess, but it's a bit too late. It's a bit too late. Okay, good. So yeah, let's see a flagship. It usually doesn't cost much. It's not super important at this point, so it's not the best ship ever, but it's better than nothing. Okay, so let's do this. And as I said, I think we'll also do that one over here, because this is very close to my base, and then she can keep the other ones for now. In the new world, you know, she hasn't attacked. I have a few ships supporting here, and then I have this fleet here, so let's call it group 2. That is placed close to my tobacco. So all good there. And then last but not least, she only has one island over here. So I'm thinking we may want to try to get it. There is some defenses, but it's not like huge. Yeah, 2 more. Like with 5 ships of the line, I will likely lose 1 or 2, but should be fine. And then after this, we can make sure to, you know, fix, I guess this is here. Yeah, we lost 1 here and 1 there, but this will anyway, you know, it's linked to my point of I probably want anyway to streamline, right, using more of these cargo ships. So it should be fine. Okay, there's 1 ship of the line and 1 frigate there, escorting this guy, I guess. I just took over also this island at the bottom, right, of the old world, like I mentioned before. So I feel like the old world is a bit more covered, even if, you know, they still have ships going across, and I definitely cannot take over, you know, this one. And now I am also attacking in the new world this island over here. I think she just took it, and this is an island right in the corner here, and this is basically very close to the Cape Trelawney. Like this is where the ship come and go from the Cape Trelawney. So that is why I really want to take it over, because it has been attacking many of my ships. Now I have sent 4 ships of the line. As you can see, we just lost 1, but I still think we should be winning, because as soon as this is dead, then we can focus on that one. It is a cannon, so they're stronger definitely than the small one. Maybe we'll lose a 2nd ship, but that's okay. I'm starting to remake some, by the way. We're not really ready to make yet the battle cruisers, unfortunately. I mean, I could if I wanted to focus on this, but right now I was focusing more on the new world. So it is, we've claimed it. Let's see also, yeah, there's some nice stuff for us in the future. Every time, you know, you conquer an island, by the way, right, they may be good, they may be items, so keep that in mind. And we're gonna bring these guys back to protect my tobacco for now. We still have also many others protecting over here, so all good there. And then last but not least, let's check how we're doing over here. Oh, I see there is, actually, I think we just killed some people there. And she has a ship of the line here, and she also has some pretty strong defenses there. But if we can take this over, she would have nothing in the Cape. And honestly, when she has nothing in the Cape, I would hope that she then leaves me alone. But we'll see. We'll see. Okay, let's go for the repair crane as always at the start. We're gonna lose at least 2, I think. But if we lose only 2 or even 3, it should still be fine. Okay, so the repair crane is done. We're gonna go for this cannon first, and then the main base. And again, hopefully after this, I don't know, we can try to see if she'll go for a ceasefire. Otherwise, we'll have to continue keeping an eye on all of our ship and maybe go for full military production like of battleships. Okay, so we've lost 2. But I think she's done for. She only has the trade. Like this is anti-air, this is anti-air, so it can't do anything to me. Okay, let's go for this now. That's the last cannon. Oh no, wait. We didn't finish the trade. I thought it was done, but no. Now it is done. Okay, good. Let's give it a second. And it's already in the red. Maybe I try to save that guy. It has 170 of health left. Yeah, it's been saved. Good. So yeah, now we just need to destroy a few more buildings, but they cannot do anything to us unless they send, you know, a ship of the line or something. So we should be totally fine. Let's go over here. And done. Let's take it over ASAP. 3 of influence, that's fine. So there is one more ship of the line there. Let's see if she wants to fight. I think she's leaving. Gather all of this. It's probably just resources, but always good to take them. And then, you know, you can put them inside this. And now slowly but surely my health is gonna re-increase. Oh, we finished phase 2 with this war happening. That's great. So let's deliver all of those things, gather. Let me show you phase 2 in a sec. Oh, that's a lot. That's a lot of resource, but okay. I'm not complaining, I'm just saying I wasn't expecting so much. Okay, so I definitely wasn't planning to be at war, but I think we can see that we have survived well. And especially in the Cape, she has no more island. There's a few ships that are running around, so I'm gonna send, you know, my ships. Here it is, we just destroyed one more over here actually. So that's great. Let's see what's inside. But yeah, I see another one over here. I see one there. So I'm gonna send, as I said, you know, my ship to try to hunt them down and make sure that she doesn't have, you know, a new island over here. In the old world, it's the same, right? We took over this island there and that one. She still has 3. 2 that are fairly well defended, I'm guessing. Yeah, 2 that are fairly well defended and 1 that I can probably take if I want. And she has a couple of ships, but she hasn't been creating too much problem here. I am, you know, I have built quite a bit. Oh, she sunk one of my ships. Where was it? Oh, damn it. That was in, you know, at the end of the Cape there. I mean, at the limit between the New World and the Cape. So I'm gonna need to replace that one. But I was basically going to say exactly this thing, that she's actually more active in the New World right now, which is annoying me. Because the New World is quite important. And so I think, you know, I sent a couple of new frigates, I sent a couple of new ship of the line that we just built, and I'm gonna go and just take over all of our island in the New World for this attack. You know, she shouldn't have been attacking me. So let me do this, and I'll see you in a few minutes. Here it is, ladies and gents. A few minutes later, we have taken over those 2 islands over here, this one and that one. There was a bit of defense. I lost, you know, in each of them, I think we lost 1 or 2 ships. Now we have a final island there that is in the New World, I mean, that is definitely well defended. You can see quite a few over here, plus there is a second harbor. Now when there is a second harbor, I personally suggest you always go for the second harbor first. Where is my fleet? Where are you? Okay, you're here. So yeah, I suggest you always go for the second one because, you know, usually, I was going to say usually they're not as defended, but this one is so well defended, including a flamethrower. Wait, I'm looking at the wrong island, that's why. Oh my word. So we are supposed to go over here. And there, I do think that it is a lot less defended. We see here, yes. So this one is barely defended. So we're gonna go here so we can, you know, get the morale to drop down a lot with this. And that way we don't have to destroy all of this before taking the island. So that's the idea. Again, we're gonna go around here. And while, you know, the fleet comes, let's also check that I think we have finished the dam. Finally, phase 3 costed a lot of money. It was 150 of concrete, reinforced concrete, 1,500 obreras. But yeah, it is finished now. And it is. We have a magnificent dam with our colors. The water obviously has increased there. And with this, we're producing electricity, right? It should be to the whole island, but let's double check. I mean, yes, you can see it's arriving all the way here. It also is coming pretty far over here. And these ones are not even, you know, any paved roads, right? So see, if I start paving a bit this road there, I'm pretty sure it will be the whole island. So this is really powerful. And it will be a good hand for this episode to have had both the electricity and now to do this fight, right? And hopefully maybe also finish this war. Not finish Princess Queen. She still has definitely a few strong islands in the old world, but she's not in the Cape anymore. And with this, she wouldn't be in the new world either. So that would be pretty cool. That would be pretty cool. Yes, we're being attacked, but that's okay. Wait, this one is a flank one, so no need to focus on it. Focus on the other one first. And then let's destroy everything. Yep, perfect. I'm still making ships in the old world, by the way. Okay, I have not really spent a lot of influence on the newspaper in the last newspaper run, because anyway my money is pretty high, so that's not the problem. But it is, we've destroyed everything on this side, right? So now we can move to the other side. We should see if there's any flamethrower. No, I don't see any flamethrowers, so that's fine. But yeah, we basically want to probably destroy this, then move over here. Let's move in orange. Okay. Oh, this is a flag, I should have left it alone. Let's go now for this one here, and then maybe we'll go for the plane over here. Okay, let's go for the crane now. And then this cannon, I think we haven't lost anything. Oh, okay, now we're losing our first one. Where is the rest of my fleet? I feel like some of my fleet is not here. Okay, so this is a cannon we should fight. Come on. Focus on the cannons first, not their ship. I don't really care about their ships. Except maybe warships, but there's not much warships left. Okay, and now let's go for that one here. And we will have the island very soon. And here it is. She is no longer in the new world. Now we can destroy the ships before they escape. Okay, good. Nice, nice. So yes, with this, hopefully she is going to leave us a bit more alone in the new world. We're gonna have to check that, obviously. Got some nice resources there too. Let me try to just get them all quickly. And then, oh, the gold is not that important though. Oh, that's a lot of resources. Oh, including a lot of helium. I haven't even started to make helium, so this is good for us to get that. But now I'm keen to check if she actually would like a ceasefire. And the ceasefire with John de la Fortuna has stopped. That's not good. So let's actually check that right now. Okay, so John de la Fortune for sure is gonna agree to it. Nice, thank you. But let's check Princess Queen. We have now higher military and economy. Peace treaty medium high, ceasefire certain. So let's start with the ceasefire and then we can see in the future. You know, because maybe I want to finish her off, you know, in a couple of in a couple of days, let's say. Right? Okay, so now I think there's not much space left, unfortunately, for me to gather these things before they disappear. So yeah, it is, ladies and gents, as I said, we've taken over most of the new world now, thanks to this. We have also kicked her out of the Cape, and so there is only one yellow island that is super small and one blue island, so the Cape is really stronghold for us. And even in the old world we got a few new islands to help us, but definitely here she still has 3 islands and 2 that are super strong, right? I mean, super strong is a big word, but she definitely is pretty strong against those defenses here. I couldn't breach that. This one maybe we could breach, but not the other one for sure. So that was not exactly what I had planned, but we did reach at least you know, the electricity over here. We did start to make our aluminum profile. And so I'm thinking in the next episode, we make sure that we finish with the Artista. You know, we get to 6,000 Artista, we give them everything they want with an efficient production over here based on electricity, maybe also based on tractors over here, right? And we should also probably make sure that we start sending some aluminium and some letters across the world. So I hope you're excited for this. Smash like button and I hope to see you next time.